allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
All right, and now we would like to invite Paula Kruger to lead us in a prayer.
Make yourself ready for prayer. Lord, please bless our scouting leaders who spend so much time and energy to help our scouts grow up well. Guide them in their work, give them patience and wisdom, and reward them in this life and the next. Amen. Did it come through okay?
Yes, thank you. You did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's see, here we go. Sorry about that. All right, now we're going to give you the info minute. All the news that you need to know for Rainbow Council. So the dates and registration links for Roundtable for all of 2021 have been posted. Please share with your adult leaders. Every unit should have at least one leader attend Roundtable each month. When we're able to host Roundtable again in person, we'll continue to offer virtual attendance as an option using the same registration links. There's a new Eagle workbook and changes have been made to Eagle Extension and COVID Eagle Extensions, and Lynn is going to be giving us more information on that in the Scouts BSA session a little later this evening. According to National, the new Diversity Merit Badge will not be released this month as previously stated. It's undergoing further editing based on member input. A Scout is Reverend, and Scout Sunday is February 7th. You're reminded that any and all scouting activities must follow current COVID restrictions. And as of right now, we're not allowed to meet for in-person group scouting activities. You are welcome, however, to attend your service of choice in uniform with your family. If you choose to participate, please think smart. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Due to COVID, Klondike and Arctic Blast have been canceled. And speaking of COVID, COVID guidelines remain unchanged and in-person scoutings are still prohibited. There is word that the state mitigation tiers may change in the near future. If these affect Rainbow Council's guidelines, the key three will release an official statement notifying us of a change to those guidelines. The changes will be posted on Council's webpage and also posted to Council's Facebook page. There are no changes unless you see an official statement from Diane Klopfer or Ted Carnes. So please make sure that you're getting your information directly from those statements. We're hopeful we'll be able to run programming this spring though, because COVID isn't going to last forever. Watch for information on the Disabilities Awareness Training, the Cub Scout Beltapalooza, and Baloo Training. Scouts BSA, if you have one of those, their RSR Summer Camp 2021 is a go and registration is available online. You can find the Leader's Guide online too, although it's a little tricky to find right now, so we've posted a link on our Facebook page. The Joliet Diocese Catholic Committee on Scouting is planning a retreat for Catholic Scouts on February 27th. They do have a virtual program planned if necessary due to COVID restrictions. Wood Badge is a go for October 2021. C770221 will be running October 9th through 11th and 23rd through the 24th. You can sign up now on Council's calendar for the premier leadership experience Rainbow Council has to offer. Also, if you have an older scout interested in stamp collecting merit badge, you need to contact Fred Danielwitz, and I will post his email a little bit later. He has some resources for anyone that's interested in stamp collecting. Also, we want to make sure you know what does your unit need help with? What do you need information on? What would you like to learn more about? Please email Ez and I with your questions and suggestions. We're here to help. Thank you.
All right, we are now on to the Scout Law. Let me get that here. All right, so our Scout Law point for this month is a Scout is courteous. Courteous, be polite to everyone and always use good manners. Courteous. A Scout is polite to everyone regardless of age or position. He knows that using good manners makes it easier for people to get along. John Wayne's interpretation of courteous: allow each person his human dignity, which means a lot more than saying yes, ma'am, and thank you, sir. It reflects an attitude that later in life you wish you had honored more earlier in life. Save yourself the problem, do it now. Baden-Powell's original Scout Law stated that a Scout is courteous, that is, he is polite to all, but especially to women and children and old people and invalids, cripples, etc. And he must not take away any award for being helpful or courteous. So that is our Scout Law for this month.
All right. And then today for our Leader Knot, we are going to be talking about the Scouters Training Award. Okay, the Scouters Training Award is available for leaders of the Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA, Venturing, and Sea Scouts. It's a green knot on a tan field, ooh, spiffy, with a tan border. The basic requirements are complete at least 2 years of tenure as a registered leader, complete basic leader training, and attend a University of Scouting or at least 4 roundtables for each year of tenure. So that means this counts right from home. How convenient. In each year of tenure, you need to participate in a unit planning meeting, have your unit achieve at least a bronze status in JTE, give primary leadership to accomplishing 1 JTE objective, and participate in 1 supplemental or advanced training event. You can keep track of those on this handy dandy progress report, and then when you have it filled out, have it signed and sent in to the main office. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the Prairieland Trails program with Bob Wilcox. Bob, you've got the floor.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Robert Wilcox, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the Prairieland Trails, and this is for the Cub Scouts, correct?
Yes.
Or is this for everyone? Yeah, okay.
This one's for Cub Scouts, yeah.
Just a second. Let me share my screen here. All right, so my name is Robert Wilcox, and I'm a Scoutmaster out of Troop 315 in Peatone, Illinois. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Prairieland Trail. So what are they? Can you see my screen, by the way?
Yes, we can.
Okay, all right. I can just see my video. So anyway, so the Prairieland Trail System, it's a set of trails and nature centers within Will, Grundy, and Kankakee counties. This is the area that is also served by our council. The system, I set it up to be intending to serve scouting organizations within this area. Of course, anyone is welcome to enjoy them. The trails have been selected. They're not new to the area. They're pre-existing trails and parks created by various park organizations such as Will County Forest Preserve, local park districts, as well as state and federal park services. These trails combine together to form the Prairieland Trail System. So some of the trails there are quite long, even longer than the best of scouts can hike in one day. The trails have been broken into multiple hiking opportunities that can be done over a number of days. Many of the hikes are right at the 10-mile mark that are required for the hiking merit badge. For Cub Scouts, there are a number of trails 5 miles and under, including a special nature award for attending 5 of the trails in the Prairieland Trail system. The trails that are currently part of the system, some of you may be familiar with these: Centennial Trail, I&M Canal Trail, Chief Waponsie Glacial, Rock Run Greenway Trail, Hike the Road Rock Trail rather, Old Plank Road Trail, Hickory Creek Barrens, Kankakee River State Park. The list goes on here. I'll defer. You can definitely read those if you like. Oh, you know, and of course, if you got any questions, please feel free to stop me at any time. So I really just have one more slide to go over. I wanted to cover one of the trails that's, well, I should say it's actually a set of 5 trails that are available to Cub Scouts, and it's called the Little Scouter Nature Trail Award. They're consisting of the Kankakee River State Park, Hidden Oaks Conservation Area, Midwin National Park, Goose Lake Prairie, and Joliet Historic Ironworks Site. You go to all these trails to earn the 6-patch award. So what you're looking at right now is the actual patch that Scouts can earn. There is 5 separate trails on there. They can earn a patch for each one of these that form into a fleur-de-lis, which is of course a symbol of scouting. Basically on each one of these trails, all that's really required is that you go onto one of the trails, and then it's suggested to try and have a lunch or something along those lines. The Prairieland Trails is available in a couple different places. We have a Facebook site and a website, which you can just Google search to find. And then on that site itself is a brochure that contains a list of all the trails that are available, as well as how to get to them, information about how to earn the awards, stuff along that nature. So we kind of just.
Thanks, Bob. We had a question. Someone wanted to know if these hikes have to be done in the same calendar year.
No, you can do them whenever you like. If it takes you 5 years to do them, that's just fine.
All right, and then someone else also asked if we're not permitted to gather to hike. Correct. We are still not permitted to gather to hike as a unit, but families can go out and hike these on their own and help their Scouts earn these patches. Did anyone else have any other question for Bob on this program? Because this is his pride and joy.
I have a question. Are these slides going to be available?
I can make them available, yes.
That'd be great.
Okay, yeah, we can make that available, and we'll put a link to the site and to the order form for the patches as well.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bob, very much.
All right.
Okay. And let's see, stop the sharing. Okay, great. Now we have a safety minute with Esmeralda.
All right, safety minute. So this month we are going to be talking to you about, as soon as I get myself here, carbon monoxide poisoning at home or at camp. Carbon monoxide, CO, causes upward of 400 deaths and results in the hospitalization of more than 4,000 people each year in the United States, according to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. Many of those falling ill don't know they have CO poisoning because it is a colorless, odorless, and tasteless gas. With proper inspection and housekeeping, Scouts and community members alike can prevent CO poisoning. So what is CO? What is CO, or carbon monoxide? Is a byproduct of many of your day-to-day activities. It is found in the fumes from gas stoves and lanterns, fireplaces, and the burning of charcoal, as well as from motor vehicles such as cars and boats. Additionally, CO poisoning most often occurs when the fumes are released within the confines of a small or closed off room. Possible symptoms: headaches, weakness, dizziness, nausea, confusion, disorientation, sleeplessness, and in more severe cases, fluid in the lungs or neurological disorders. Prevention and what to do in an emergency. Make sure you have properly installed CO detectors in your home. Do not use flames or flame product producing equipment within the close environments such as a small room, building, or tent. Check the seals of containers with flammable contents to ensure proper storage and prevent leakage. Do not burn fuels such as charcoal, propane, or other gases indoors. Always swim away from the engine side of any floating motor vehicle, and be sure to keep your vehicle inspected up to date. If you suspect you are suffering from CO poisoning, immediately open any doors and windows to get fresh air and contact your healthcare facility or call 911. More information is always found on the Scouts BSA or Boy Scouts of America Health and Safety web page.
Okay, thank you. Next, we also have Esmeralda speaking about how to use JTE as a unit tool.
That's me. It's me again. All right, so with recharter done, whew, now we got to start preparing for the next recharter and our JTE. On the Scouts BSA webpage, let me get myself situated here with the millions of tabs that I have open. Here we go, this one. You can actually go onto the Boy Scouts of America webpage on the myscouting.org, and you should be able to look for a tracking workbooks. As of right now, 2021 was there. It's not yet. It kind of disappeared, but the 2020 tracking is available. There is a workbook, and it is a writable fill in the blank form that is super easy to do. As you can see, it's available for all units. So let me get myself here. And here's what it looks like. Once you open it, make sure you enable it so you can actually fill it in. And as you are holding your committee meetings, the first tab actually has the directions on how to fill it out, pack number, recharter date, enter report dates, all these things, those important dates you always need to know. And then in the next tab underneath, it has a data entry. And this is where you can start inputting all your information. Every time you have a committee meeting, put in a date. So it keeps track of everything. And as you are going through, it will start calculating your number of values in the bottom corner here for the amount of times and your points you're allowed to have. And it does take into account all your virtual meetings and your remote meetings. So that's something definitely new. I would be able to hopefully tell you it's in the 2021, but since it's not there right now, I'm going to assume that it is. But as you go through, and then once all this information is done, recharter time is ready, need to know what your JT is, it'll come up in your score sheet and you're good to go. Done, finito, super duper easy, shouldn't be a problem. It's a great way to have this workbook as a tool as you are planning your year, especially for the Cub Scouts. I know a lot of times you start your planning year towards, around the summertime for another scouting year, but definitely worth keeping those multiple lists. And so you can start comparing where you need to grow or what you need work on. And it's a great tool to use.
All right, thank you very much. If anyone gets stuck with JTE or has questions on how to do it as a year planning guide instead of just something you have to turn into council, please reach out to us and we'd be happy, or Chris Pride. Chris says be happy to help you fix that and help it, you use it as a tool for your unit. Okay, do we have any questions about JTE and how you can use it
as a tool
instead of just extra?
Or something that you have to do. This is these documents are there for you to help in your planning process. So definitely something to look into, something to really start implementing. If you want to start one new thing, if you're new into your position, if that's the one thing you want to start and implementing, this is the best one to do.
Okay. All right. Now, what I'm assuming a lot of you are here for is how to run a remote or a virtual blue and gold. And we're going to talk about that. Let's do this. All right. So right now, I bet a bunch of you are sitting there going, how in the heck am I going to make this work? And you know, we've all been trying to figure things out by the seat of our pants all year. And we're trying to come up with some ideas to help you run things that are fun, that your kids are going to be engaged with. So we've come up with some ideas for really fun and successful virtual blue and gold. When I was with the pack, this was my job, was to plan all the pack meetings. So using that for many years, I trying to figure out how the kids would enjoy it and what would be successful for the adults. And this is what we've come up with. Okay, so first of all, what is a blue and gold? I think hopefully everyone by now knows that Blue and Gold celebrates the anniversary of the founding of the Boy Scouts of America on February 8th in 1910. So what is a Blue and Gold? It's a birthday party for scouting. It's not an award ceremony. It's not anything other than it's supposed to be a birthday party. It's supposed to be a lot of fun. And I can't see the chat, but let me know if you see anything that comes up, if anyone has something that they want to ask, or you can
got
chat.
it.
Okay, so it's a birthday party. So how can we make a birthday party virtual? Above all, we need to be flexible and keep it simple, and we need to keep it short, and we need to have fun with it, because kids right now are on screens a lot. Parents are on screens a lot. We're here on screens a lot. Our meetings are feeling kind of tired. So this needs to be fun. This needs to be something other than another meeting to go to. So we want to help you build your most exciting, most fun event. We want to keep the recognitions short and sweet. So yes, recognitions are super important, but we want to keep them short and sweet because kids don't have that attention span. We want to have an activity that they can do, and we want to have some kind of entertainment. And we want to build the evening, our hour, so that it goes from fun to funner to most fun thing that we have for the evening. So first things first, send out invitations. Send out a digital invitation with meeting links, but make it fun so it feels like a party instead of a regular meeting. You could try Evite. They have some examples down at the bottom. They're for kids' birthday parties, but you could easily adapt them to a blue and gold Evite. Make sure you have links to the meeting in the Evite so that parents know right where to click and to go and where to go. Be sure to have a hard RSVP date on it so you can deliver party packs, which we're going to talk about, to the participating kids. We don't want any kids to feel left out, but also we don't want to have to deliver, if we have 80 kids in our pack, we don't want to have to deliver 80 party packs to families that aren't going to participate. So make sure that they know that if they need to RSVP, if they want to have the materials to participate in the blue and gold. Deliver party packs the day before your event. This would be an excellent job for parent volunteers if you're looking to fish for some new faces in your adult leaders. Recruit some parents to help you with this job. The party packs would be a gift bag, basically. Doesn't have to be fancy. You can get dollar store gift bags. You could use paper bags from the grocery store. And put simple party favors. Think cheap, think party hats and kazoos. Hey, they're not at your house. You don't have to deal with the kazoo. Wax lips, fake mustaches. You know, kids, they have a ball with this kind of stuff. Plus, these are things that the kids can put on in front of the camera and goof around with. And we want to make them laugh. We want them to have fun. There'll be supplies in the bag for the group activity, which we're going to talk about. Maybe some treats, if that's something that's in your budget. And then advancements or awards that are going to be presented. You could even consider wrapping those advancements in gift paper and say, do not open until advancements, or something along those lines to keep a little bit of mystery and surprise. Also, it's a birthday party. It's fun to open presents. Keep your recognitions short and sweet. Nobody, not even the adults, not even the kids, wants to sit through 45 minutes of virtual awards being presented. Kids have a short attention span, even shorter on a virtual meeting, which I am sure by now most of you have discovered. So we want to keep things, like I said, short and sweet. But we want to make sure that the kids have their special moment too, if they're being recognized. So consider recognizing the kids by showing a slide with their pictures. So if all of the kids earn their whittling chip in the bears, maybe flash a picture on the screen that says whittling chip and then has pictures of the kids that earned it this year, instead of listing out each and every name for everything, and then make it fun, and it makes them feel special than just having someone say, okay, Tony earned this and Shelly earned that, and then you can have a little excitement, but it also gets you through it a little bit faster. If you're doing AOL crossovers normally as part of your blue and gold, some packs do, some packs don't. Consider having a separate virtual meeting just for your crossovers in their new troop, because all the kids have short attention spans online, and you want those AOLs to really have a special experience too. So you may be able to make a special virtual meeting just for them to make it a little more intimate for them. And then you could use highlights of that event, so a couple of pictures or a very short video clip to recognize your AOLs during the regular blue and gold ceremony. You could also consider showing a short highlight of the troops that your scouts are going to. So ask the troops, do you have like a little video clip of something cool your troop did together? And this helps the Cubs build excitement and familiarity with the Scouts BSA program. So they have something to look forward to, and they know that the kids aren't just disappearing into a troop. They know that they're going to do some kind of big and fun adventure. It's good to keep the lanes open between the pack and the troop like that. Consider having an activity as part of your blue and gold virtual party. A decorate your own cookie or cupcake kit would be awesome, because nothing says birthday party like a birthday cake. It doesn't have to be complicated. You could either ask a family to bake cupcakes, or you could pick up pre-made cupcakes undecorated from a bakery and ask them to fill piping bags. Again, this could be as big and fancy or as simple as you want it to be. Give the kids a little baggie with sprinkles on, and it doesn't matter if it's fancy cupcake or not. Kids love decorating cupcakes, and that is something that you can take 10 minutes online for the kids to do while they're all talking to each other, having a ball, and then eating their cupcakes. I guarantee it'll be memorable. Finally, you could also do, if your pack steers away from food, maybe you have a lot of food allergies in your pack, or you're not big on doing the sweets, you could do a non-food item activity like assembling a craft, or even something as simple as buying a case of reusable water bottles and sheets of stickers, and give the kids that as a present and an activity where you're stickering a reusable water bottle. All right. This next thing is going to be your showstopper. This is the have an entertainment. Your entertainment can be simple, or this is where you can get splashy with your budget. I know packs are all over the place on budget this year. Some of you are really struggling and are having a hard time because either your popcorn sales didn't go well, or you're having trouble tracking down families to pay their dues. So you could do this very simply and still be very successful. Some of you spend thousands of dollars on your blue and gold every year, so you may be able to spend a little bit more on something like like this activity, like the entertainment. So first of all, check with your parents for hidden talents. You never know what people are able to do. I happen to know a couple leaders that were in the circus at one point here at Rainbow Council and are able to juggle and do all kinds of fun things. So check with your parents. Someone might have a hidden talent that you don't know about. Another low budget would be to invite a local librarian to read a story. I know my librarian here in town would be very willing to come on and read stories to the kids. You could invite a naturalist from a local nature preserve to come and talk about either plants or animals, and many of them have animals in the preserves that they can, the rehabilitated animals that they can bring on camera. Zoo presenters, think smaller zoos too, because we have big zoos, but we also have lots of smaller zoos that would be willing to have a program. An animal rescue could also be a lot of fun because they have all different kinds of animal rescues and they can all bring animals on. A living history speaker from a living history museum could come on in character and talk to the kids about something neat like Abraham Lincoln. A museum educator might have some things up their sleeve that you wouldn't have thought of. A science museum demonstrator can come on and do cool science tricks. That would be a lot of fun. A children's musician could come on. A magician, you could hire a magician to come on and do magic tricks. I've seen several. I've worked with one when we were in Cubs to do a magician's program. There's even a fossil hunter guy where if you're interested, I can give you his information. He brings usually in person and talks about fossils that he finds every year, but he could do a virtual program as well. The other thing to think about is with the pandemic, many organizations are now willing to do online programming where they didn't have any before. And even if they don't advertise it, they may offer it if you call and ask real nice and tell them it's for Scouts. The other thing too is to think about that since it's all virtual, don't be afraid to think farther away. Maybe it's in California. Maybe you could call an aquarium and see if they're willing to do something over camera. There are lots of options if you start thinking outside of what we're used to doing. So have this be your showstopper. Have someone really fun and interesting come and talk to the kids. That you've let them goof around with their mustaches and their kazoos. You've done the awards. You've fed them cupcakes, and now you're having entertainment. It sounds like a fun day to me, and I think they would have a good time with this kind of program. Above all, remember that it's a birthday party. Families are stressed. Make it easy for them to participate. Make it free or cheap as possible. Easy, fast, and fun. And you're going to have a successful event if you follow those things. Don't make it all afternoon. Try and keep it within an hour and make it easy for parents to participate. Also, please keep in mind to lead by example. Scouts are cheerful. We're Scouts too. Focus on what you can do, not on what you can't. So if you're presenting this to your unit, say, oh, I know we can't have our fun tradition we have every year, so we're going to have this virtual event and oh, we'll see how it goes. No, say it with excitement. Say, we are going to have the coolest virtual blue and gold that we have ever had, and it's going to be so much fun. Be positive when you're presenting it, because how you behave sets the example for how your Scouts are going to behave. Save your long speeches and lengthy award ceremonies for another day. This is a birthday party. This is fun. Tell the jokes. Be goofy. Wear the fake mustaches and party hats yourself. Make them laugh, because that's what they're going to remember. They're going to remember when the grown-ups made their boring online meeting a lot of fun and very memorable. But most of all, remember the Cub Scout motto applies to us adults too. We do our best. We do our best and we make the most of it. And that's what I've got for you. And I hope that it is, I'm going to stop my screen share here. I hope that it is something that you can take with you and plan something fun for your scouts. And we're going to try really hard to come up with other events that you can use our playbook to create things for yourself. But also, if you come up with a killer idea and that you think it's going to be awesome for your pack, please share it with us so we can share it with everybody in council, because we're all in this together. We all want it to be successful. We all want all of the kids to have a great time, and we need everybody's help to be able to do that. So that's what I got. I hope it was good. Now, if you've got any questions or ideas, or if you want to talk about anything, it's an open floor time. I'm seeing virtual Pinewood Derby ideas. Guess what I've been thinking about too. Yeah, throw them at us. If you've got ideas for virtual Pinewood Derbies, throw them at us and we'll start putting together plays for that. So quiet in here tonight.
Are we suggesting ideas now, or just put them in the chat or something?
You can, or if you want to, we have, you can message us, you can email us. Our email address is rainbowrt. Here, I'm going to type it out here.
Can I ask a technical question about the
Yeah,
Pinewood
absolutely.
Derbies, even the virtual ones? So I know we're not allowed to gather, so we're discouraging scouts getting together, but technically we need a couple to several people to get the track running, to keep track of the cars, to record the times, to do double or triple eliminations. It's a lot of work. So, what's the restriction on, den leaders and leaders running the event?
As of
If
right
there are
now, it is still, you have to be within the same household. So if you
Okay.
have a husband and wife, perhaps, or spouses, or spouses and maybe a Scouts BSA that all live in the same house, that they can all help together as a unit. You could do things in shifts. So someone goes and sets up the track, and then someone comes in later and does races and reporting.
Okay.
So we've got to be creative with it as of right now. I hope that helped. It's not the answer I want to give, but it's what we need to do right now to keep everybody safe. Anything else?
I have a question.
Right
Yeah,
ahead,
go for it.
Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin, everybody, from PAC 101 Frankfurt Square. Curious if anyone's had decent luck with virtual pack nights since this all started. We haven't really done anything. We've actually had some pretty bad luck in terms of people not feeling well, just lots of stuff getting in the way. So I was curious what's worked well, what hasn't worked well, if we're able to get those going this spring.
We got a lot of people here who's had a pack night that's been well received.
Go for it, Keith.
Yeah, it's kind of the same tips as the blue and gold. I try to keep ours as short as possible, but kind of get to, an announcements, Cub Master report, kind of get through the business of scouting and the unit. And then I always try to end with a game or activity, something that preferably keeps them mobile or like really engaged. I've done scavenger hunts. I haven't done bingo, but I have the template to do an online bingo, and just something to keep them not actually remembering that they're online and that they're tired of being online, and keep it real positive. And that's it. I mean, our awards are very shortened. It's a very shortened pack meeting, but they seem to like it.
I know we also presented for, last month, 2 months ago, we did Taboo, Scouts version. So that's another possibility. That information is also on our Facebook Roundtable page. Go look under the files. We have all that information on how to run a Taboo. And there's 2 versions, Scouts BSA and a Cub Scouts. So that's another place you can look at as well. Anybody else?
Here, I'll pitch in here with a little bit. Pack 39 here. We've been doing virtual pack nights pretty much since the beginning, and we've had really good luck having like activities. I put together like make and take craft kits and stuff like that, and having everybody put it together on a meeting seems to work really well, and everybody seems to really enjoy that. So we've done like keychains that have the Scout Law and Scout Oath on them, just different things like that to keep little hands busy while you're talking and doing other things.
Thank you, John. That's actually been working real well for the older kids too.
Yes.
That's what we've been doing. If you can keep their hands busy while they're talking about stuff, they're a lot happier.
Dance parties work.
All right, I got one. This is Dave from Pack 99.
Okay.
We had a meeting. We've been doing virtual meetings, and we had one last month, I think it was. And we had everyone download that Kahoot app, if you've ever seen that. And the Cub Master generated some questions, things like, you know, which one of these is a scout not? And it's like trustworthy, and then, I don't know, a couple wrong answers, right? So we did that Kahoot app, and I think the kids all had fun because most parents have smartphones, and every kid, you know, was able to answer questions on kind of a trivia, and it keeps score. So if you've ever seen that Kahoot app, that would be another idea for people. Worked pretty well.
Thank you, John.
And if you don't want to download the app, you can just go to the web page. It's kahoot.it, and that'll get you to the code page that you would need to start the game. Tap into your teachers.
Yeah, if you have a grade school teacher, access to them, they can tell you real quick what works and what doesn't.
Maybe some of your older Cub Scouts might be able to do like a small virtual breakout room, or what is that one called? There's another one, get kind of like a breakout room, but it's a little different, where they have to go to different places to find information to unlock the next screen, the next, you know, so it's kind of like a breakout room. So
sure,
that's a possibility.
Hey, Chris, do you want to talk about what you've been doing with your hike? Yeah, you.
Me.
I can. I'm Chris Danek from Pack 480, and every month we do a hike. And of course, since we can't meet, what I've been doing is when we were meeting, I would always go out ahead of time. I would pre-hike the area that we're going to, because with Cub Scouts, of course, you got to find all the cool stuff that you want to see. And then you also need to find the essentials like parking, bathrooms, stuff like that. But I still go out and pre-hike. But what I do is I take pictures while I'm out on the hike, just to kind of give a little bit of a preview, and then tell the families, you know, look, this is where the hike is. You've got this month to do it in as a family. And then I give them something that they need to take a picture of, or a couple pictures of, so that I know that they did the hike. The last one that we did, somebody had this crazy cat sign up on a tree in their property that you could see from the trail. And I said, take a picture of the cat sign. So it's something that the kids are looking for, the adults are looking for, and it kind of sparks a little bit of interest as far as being able to do that. We've actually had some pretty decent success with it. And it keeps the kids engaged. It actually, you know, brings the families involved too, where they're doing it as a family. So it's really kind of nice. And then when they come back, they post all their pictures, because we're on band. So they post all their pictures to the rest of the pack on band.
Thank you. I thought that was a neat idea. The other thing too, your older AOL scouts and Weeblo scouts, get them visiting a troops virtual meeting. So go ahead and ask on, say, on Facebook in the Roundtable group, who's whose troops are having good meetings, and then send your AOL. They need to do it anyway for part of their requirements, but that might give them some ideas of stuff that they can do in their meetings. And something to look forward to too. And y'all can encourage each other to visit other PAC meetings too. I know I've had a couple adult leaders visit in my troops meetings to see how they're going, because they're having a fun time, and they, you know, it's good to get other ideas and see how other people are doing things. And when you see something really good or it's working really well, share it so that we can all benefit from it.
Remember, this platform is for you, for brainstorming ideas, or if something all of a sudden pops in your head, hey, I just had a thought. This is a great time to have those conversations.
Yeah. Share it now, or let's talk about it now. Because we're all in it together. We're all trying to figure it out. And we got to talk about it to make it better. So Chris just posted his email address in the comments. He's real good at hikes. If anyone needs to talk to him or likes to talk to him to see how he sets it up. Also, Bob, who talked earlier about the Prairieland Trails, he would be happy to help you. Also, if you have questions about getting the kids outside this spring, even if we're still having to do things remotely, getting them outside on treasure hunts of some sort is a great thing to do. Keeps them engaged.
Geocaching is always another one.
Yeah, geocaching.
Chris Pry just posted something on the chat box with a link to a library that uses escape room using Google Forms.
Yep, and then Jason King posted there's a Facebook group called Outdoor Adventuring in Chicagoland, and he's the mastermind behind that page, and there's all kinds of ideas of stuff that you can do in the area there. And let's see, our hiking club has been doing really well, says Justin, and our new fishing club really took off this year. I would love to hear more about your fishing club.
We were looking for outdoor ideas, when things kind of fell apart this spring, and starting in August, we launched our fishing club and set it up so that families could go out on their own fishing and get credit for hours fished and fish caught. So it added up over the course of the year, so that we set up 2 divisions. We had our Lions and Tigers in one division. We had our older Cub Scouts in another. So it was kind of a season-long fishing derby that they were participating in, and it really got a bunch of them out. And talking to some of the parents, like some of their kids had never fished before, so it was an opportunity to get them doing that for the first time. And we started a newsletter to send that out to the Cub Scouts with fishing tips, ideas about, places in the park district around us where they could go fishing and hopefully have some better luck, kind of point them in the right direction, give them tips about how to handle fish. And what was it, September, before the mitigation measures really kicked in, we worked with our park district to do a socially distant fishing derby. So we were able, before everything locked down, to be able to kind of get everybody spread out around the pond and do that. So
that's fantastic. I love that. I'm gonna have to think about that idea some more and see how we can make that bigger, because that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so we unfortunately have to wrap up here in just a couple minutes, because Ez and I have to prep to do it all over again for the Scouts BSA group. There's some great ideas here tonight. Please, please, please reach out if you have something that you think is something that is going well in your pack, and we'll start thinking how we can get it out there and make it work for everybody. If any of you need help with anything, or are stuck or have questions, please message us, email us, and we're happy to help. That's what we do. That's our job. All right, thank you all for coming very much.